I think it was 100 million pounds for that entire affair, the coronation. We are in a cost of living crisis. King Charles III, is it? There is a King Charles. And so, of course, the coronation happened, and a lot of people are talking about it. Didn't seem to be a well-washed coronation, but there was a lot of entertainment. There's conversation about this being one of the more diverse coronations. We wanted to talk about it here. Thoughts on the monarchy, thoughts on the coronation, thoughts on where Canada stands in all of this. Stace, what do you think?
I have mixed feelings. Growing up singing God Save the Queen every day, facing the picture of the Queen as a child.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely grew up with it, but my husband is Indigenous, and so there is a very negative history for that community, and I feel that regularly. So I have a very mixed, I'm not that interested in it.
Yeah.
I see the pictures and all of that, but I do feel like it's time that Canada reevaluates our relationship with the monarchy, hopefully moves it to a bit better place.
Kar, what are you thinking about the whole thing? Did you have thoughts this weekend, or when the coronation happened?
I didn't watch it, and my thoughts abolished the monarchy. The very existence and presence of it continues to uphold the systems of inequity that, again, the genocide and the stolen jewel, like there's just so much. Yeah, I think it just needs to be, to me, the right step into doing something about it. Abolish is the first step, and then we can look at to see how do we repair the harm.
Right. There haven't been any apologies, really. No. There haven't been any reparations paid. Yeah. There are 6 million slaves in the transatlantic slave trade.
Yes.
Residential schools in Canada. General just colonization around the world. So these things are ideas that need to be discussed because they were all upheld by this monarchy.
That's right.
Yeah. What were your thoughts, Bryce?
So my belief is that a true balance of power, a democracy, is best reflected and only really reflected by those that are elected.
Right.
This family was never elected. We have to find a way out for them, like maybe leave them be, and there's some maybe cultural component there. They weren't elected, so I also chose not to watch it, but consciously chose not to watch it because I think if this was an elitist stemming of power into or from a positive place. And I want to underscore that was not the case. But if it was, then maybe it's a different story to tell. But where it came from, it no longer should be upheld. So it's elitist. And it's elitist by money, by the way. And that's a big feeling of mine that if we're going to see a true equality across the board, gender, socioeconomic status, ethnicity, all of that stuff. We have to start with where the biggest power and money lies. I don't know how to do that. I'm just saying that's my feelings.
If you have come up with the answer, though,
lots of ideas.
We could use that. Very interesting, because when you talk about money and elitism, I think it was 100 million pounds for that entire affair, the coronation. We are in a cost of living crisis, not just in Canada and the United States, across Europe, across Asia. People are hurting and struggling. So to hear that 100 million pounds are paid to have the pomp and circumstance of a king in 2023, it's very difficult to reconcile. Yes. So lots of questions there, and I do wonder what it will take to actually move the dial and shift in a different direction. We know Jamaica's out.
Yes. Yes.
I think Barbados might be out.
Barbados might be out, and I'm hoping St. Lucia follows soon as well.
Domino effect.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I'm hoping we'll see. Yeah. And I don't say God save the king. I say God help the king so he can recognize what's happening globally, and then they can make better decisions.